Your unique artistic voice is special, and it deserves to be shared. In this episode, we will talk about our framework for the musician's journey and share how it can show you where you currently stand in this journey and how you can progress to the next stage. Welcome to the Strums to Stage podcast. I'm Andrew Wink, founder of Strums to Stage. In this episode, we are going to break down the musician's journey, which we break down into 4 separate stages. Each of these stages are different stops in the musician's journey, encompassing different areas of focus and goals for musicians based on where they are in this journey and where they want to go. Before we jump in, we release new videos every Wednesday on our YouTube channel and at least one podcast episode per month on all platforms. So press that subscribe or follow button if you like what you hear. We really appreciate it. So what are the 4 stages? They are 4 different areas of broad focus within music that we work on within Strums to Stage. They act as 4 stops within our musical journey. Each category is a set of skills that musicians have built up to grow in their craft and achieve their goals. Each stop or pillar leads directly into the next. But the beauty of the musician's journey as a whole is that we don't have to travel through the whole journey to call ourselves musicians. We can call ourselves musicians at whichever stage we choose to stop along the way. Think of these stages like a train station. The first stop is the first stage, and if you only need to go that far to the stage and hit those goals, that's as far as you need to go, and you don't need to go any further. But if you want to go further than the first stage, you're going to have to stop at each station to get to the next point. You're going to have to go through each one and go through all of those challenges and learn those skills to get to the end and achieve those stages successfully. Our channel introduction stems from these stages. We help players become performers, creators, and leaders in the music scene. Each descriptor, player, performer, creator, and leader, is the label for each one of these stages. When we progress past the first stage, we don't necessarily done learning and evolving with those skills. As with any craft or skill, we are constantly learning and growing across each of these fields and focus areas. So the musicians who are working on Pillar 4 may occasionally have to step their foot back into Pillar 1, 2, or 3 from time to time. Each pillar is more challenging than the last, but also more rewarding for those who want to grow and really experience the full musician's journey. So the first stage is the player stage. This stage is for musicians who want to master general knowledge of how to play music. They don't necessarily want to learn every concept in existence, but they want the ability to competently play their instrument and learn to navigate most challenges and grow on their own. A common goal you'll see across musicians in this stage is learning to play other people's music, particularly music that really resonates with them. They'll hear a new song or have a song in mind that's special to them in some way and go, how do I play that? They typically want to connect deeper with the music that they love or are looking for some of the mental health benefits that come from the mental workout of learning an instrument, such as improving coordination, improving patience, and reducing stress. In Strums to Stage, we task players with focusing on 2 areas: instrument mastery and music theory. Instrument mastery involves mastering the physical aspects of their particular instrument of choice, such as how to play notes and articulation, which will be different from instrument to instrument. Music theory involves learning overall concepts of music that apply to every instrument in some way, such as rhythms, scales, and how all these notes and pitches interact together. Both fields provide the common knowledge needed to navigate learning parts of the song on your own and learning these new songs that you dream about. I play and teach many different instruments, from guitar to bass to drums to piano, and the best way that I have learned to play an instrument is snowballing concepts and learning these concepts as you work on the next song and the next song and the next project. The old model of teaching music is learning a lot of music theory before you actually begin playing songs or even parts of songs, which can be very disheartening in the beginning. A comparison for this old model that I use is rock climbing. You can spend so much time learning every possible tool and concept of rock climbing so that you're prepared to climb Mount Everest, but you really only need to scale a 15 or 20-foot rock wall in your local climbing gym. All these tools and concepts will just weigh you down and kill your desire to climb before you even grab that first hold. Our teaching structure at Strums to Stage and my personal teaching structure is supporting musicians where they currently are in the journey and teaching the tools and concepts to get them to the next challenge, not necessarily to get them to that ultimate goal at the very beginning, because there's a very good chance that they will never have any interest in achieving that ultimate goal in being a professional musician and playing in very large scales at that time. That may change, but this is the first stage to explore and find that out. The next stage, or stage 2, is the performer stage. This stage is for those musicians who want to perform, who want to play out in their own space and share with the world that I play music. Musicians in this stage focus solely on performing in front of others, either live on stage or performing in a recording setting. When musicians perform live in front of people, there are 2 new factors that they need to be aware of that are not present when you're practicing or learning a song at home: your audience and your stage. When performing live, you have a direct relationship with the audience in front of you, just like a public speaker. A good public speaker needs to do more than just regurgitate. A good public speaker needs to do more than just regurgitate information on stage in front of people. A good public speaker is engaging, memorable, and conveys their message in a clear and inspiring way. Musicians also need to be aware of their physical surroundings on stage and how they can utilize this stage as well. So starting on the smaller side, let's say you're at an open mic at a coffee shop, a really small stage that's probably just the corner of the main dining area. This does limit your movement a little bit, but you can still be engaging. A good example that I use when I teach my students about performing live is moving around in subtle ways, such as bobbing your head to the beat, moving around, maybe even dancing a little bit side to side, kind of like what I have here. So that way, you're not a statue as you play, which is pretty common for players who are beginning to get into performing on their own. If you're stuck as a statue, you're less engaging. And even you feel a little bit restricted as well. If you're loosening up and dancing around a little bit, it's a little bit easier to get into the mode and have some fun with it. When you get the opportunity to play at bigger stages, moving around helps you get in the mode even more, but also stands out even more if you're a rigid statue. An opportunity you have here is you can interact with your bandmates or who else you're playing with on stage. It's all about connection. It's all about showing up fully in the space with your audience in front of you and your bandmates on stage next to you. When talking about recording, I'm referring to recording in a studio setting, whether you're just recording audio in the studio for your next release or in a video setting where you're recording video for social media as a performance, talking, such as giving a podcast, or some other aspect where video is involved. The same concepts apply as performing live in front of people, but there's a new challenge. There's an added layer of separation between you, the performer, and the audience. This makes it additionally challenging to connect and engage with your audience, but once you hit that point with your social media following, it becomes incredible. And the concept applies to both. You need to connect with your audience and the world around you when you work and want to grow in this stage. This is a good segue into stage number 3, creators. While every musician creates music in the earlier stages, these musicians want to create their own original songs or musical works and take a leading role in crafting these stories. This could be anything from a singer-songwriter who wants to write their own songs and just sing them along by accompanying themselves with a guitar, to songwriters who write as part of a band, or producers who create beats or work with other bands to realize their creative vision and share their story with the world. These musicians are the composers and creatives that spearhead the project's ideas and then bring these projects to life. Creators focus on songwriting, arranging, and music production. All of these areas involve taking ideas, or seeds as I call them, and building them into fully fleshed out musical works. Songwriting is the craft of creating your own songs. Typically, these songs are composed of 3 important elements: lyrics, melodies, and chord progressions. These are the foundational elements of any song and can be performed simply on one voice and one accompanying instrument such as guitar or piano. The second area is arranging, and the third area is music production for recorded music. Arranging is taking the core elements from one song and expanding the instrumentation. A common example is taking our singer-songwriter's acoustic guitar and solo voice idea and expanding it for a full band, writing parts for drums, for bass, for keys, for any other instrument they choose to put in. My band Grim Winter is currently working on releasing an acoustic EP. So we have rearranged 3 songs and written a new one that were originally started out as heavy rock songs with electric guitars and a full drum set, and rearranged those parts for acoustic guitar parts. We have Latin percussion in there as well to reimagine the songs and give it a new spin. We are currently planning to release this EP in early August. But arranging is just simply composing new parts or taking parts of the original arrangement and expanding them to new instruments and giving new life to the instrument. Now, production is where these parts come to life. This is taking it from the composition section, which is all arranging, into making it a recorded entity. A producer sources everything necessary to create the music, whether that is programming software instruments, hiring session players to perform, or even performing the parts themselves. Producing music, such as making beats, involves a lot of arranging, but arrangers don't necessarily produce because they typically are not responsible for providing these additional instruments, such as finding session players to play a saxophone part or what have you. Their only responsibility is writing out the parts. Nowadays, independent musicians will be in charge of all 3 aspects of this stage. They'll be the songwriters, they'll be the arrangers, and they'll be the producers of their own music, which is why we tend to group all 3 of these elements together within this stage at Strums' stage. The 4th and final stage is the leader stage. This stage is for the musicians looking to dive deeply into the music industry, make a significant income from the music business, and leave a legacy within music. This legacy could be any number of things, stemming from musical artists who want to change the world and sell their own music, to session musicians who want to make a sustainable full-time income from playing music, and also the other aspects of the music industry, such as recording engineers, venue promoters, managers, music educators, content creators, anything that's related to driving the music industry as we know it, and even beyond. In my experience, working in the music scenes of DC and Baltimore, nearly everyone involved in the business played an instrument at the very least, and many of them became performers and creators early in their careers as they navigated the music industry. Some musicians who enjoy certain aspects of the industry more than others, and they'll find that they're really good at these aspects. There's promotion, content creation, and recording. The 2 focus areas in this stage are music business and artistic identity. When we refer to music business, we refer to how to monetize their skills within the music industry, particularly on a local level, and we discuss skills and ways of navigating it. This includes tasks such as how to book your own shows, how to plan a recording release, and how to manage musicians over multiple shows and sessions. The music industry is a tough and complex place, but I do genuinely believe there is opportunity for those who can find the space and are consistent and persistent enough to make those dreams happen. And then there's artistic identity. If music business ties into what you do, artistic identity ties into who you are and what you stand for. This goes beyond just your songs alone. What do you as an artist represent and say to the world beyond your music? How are you going to share it with the world, and what does that look like in your unique vision? The key of artistic identity is sharing who you are and how to convey what you want to say and represent in an authentic way to your audience. This concept gives you everything to set up how you market yourself and your art. This concept gives you everything you need to set up how you market yourself and your art. To use some business terms, this influences your packaging to share your offering to the world. So in conclusion, our 4 stages are 4 stops in the musician's journey. Whatever challenge you may currently be facing in your musical journey, there's a very good chance it falls into one of these categories, maybe even with a little bit of mix. Your artistic voice is unique and special. It deserves to be shared. If you had previously thought, no, I'm not going to be able to do this, but I really want to do this someday, I'm here to tell you it can be done. And if it can be done, isn't that worth seriously exploring? Thank you for tuning into the Strums to Stage podcast. If any of this resonated with you, click the like and subscribe button below to stay in tune for more videos on music industry and music production as well. If you are interested in growing your journey even more, sign up for a free consultation with me. I offer one-on-one coaching for musicians across every single stage, and we can discuss your goals and see if we can fit further to help you reach that transformation you're looking for to reach that next level. Thank you for being you, and I'll see you in the next video.